session.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this public talk with the management of the 9H project. My name is and I hope you all enjoy your stay in Italy. It's a bit warm, I know, but this is our summer. I'm sorry. At least I hope you enjoy the food in Pesaro. And first of all, I want to thank the organizer, that means Alberto and Manfro and the guys from Pesaro. So first of all, we are going to have a brief talk with some questions and answers, and let me introduce you these three guests. Let's start from my right. Marco, that is also known under the following as Pilates, is from the advisory board of the 9H. Welcome, Marco. Eric, Marco is of course the captain of Team Croatia. And of course, even if I'm Italian, I'm actually playing with Team Croatia as a mercenary. Eric from Team Sweden, advisory board, and then Bruce team from the 9H. And Edward, Scottish Knight from the Scottish team, and head of background and part of the executive board of the 9H team. So before going into the questions, I'm happy to announce, just to give you some news and some, let's say, teaser we are about to release in the coming weeks. I would say to release something like that, we hope. We are going to release the new Southern Ancient book, okay, in its alpha, alpha version, so it's the beginning of its public testing phase, okay? That said, one of the most important things that we generally try to explain to the people that enjoy our game is that our organization is extremely complex. So I would like to ask Marco to briefly explain how the project works and how it is organized on, let's say, on the personal level.
Do we have the entire night?
No, I have dinner at 9.
So, the 9H currently has around 3 people, from executive branches to advisory levels and various functionary team leaders who try to coordinate the efforts of our teams to produce as best as possible what you all enjoy. At the top of our structure is the executive board that are directly responsible to the founders of the 9H. They delegate their powers to various teams. We know that as a volunteer organization, we cannot be as expedient as a commercial interest, and we are constantly trying to improve our methodology to ensure that we have a steady line of products that we can introduce to the public and keep them engaged in. What is of paramount importance for the 9H as an organization are the people skills of the individuals who participate in the activities, because as long as people are able to interact with each other in a cordial manner, everything can be achieved in an amount of time that is not exceedingly long, but we hope to streamline that even further. While many of us are faces and avatars on the forum, that we can appear as almost a faceless organization that engages as an ivory tower of the wider community, we actually have our own internal divisions and discussions that we try to introduce into the project, either from our own communities or from interactions with the people on the forum itself or other social media where we're present. That would be briefly the structure of the 9H. a lot of it and nothing concrete.
Thank you, Marco. So, next question is for Edward, that is the head of the background team. We have seen that the project is started to develop its own lore and its own identity. How much this is important for the future of the project?
Thanks. So I would say it's important for us to develop something that is unique to the Ninth Age, because we need to provide the design teams with a blueprint on what they're building towards. So we want to give as much flexibility as we can to make the game as fun as possible, but at the same time we want to capture the fantasy elements that bring us all into the hobby. We're not here just to roll the numbers and check dice. We're here to see dragons fight against demons, or to see huge dinosaurs go to war. So all of that is what we're trying to package into the background, and as time goes on, we're aiming to release more and more of what has already been developed and start to get that out to people. That has been seen with the supplements that have come out for new army books. We're developing those for others, but the next step will be to release slim books, all of the books with some elements of background for each of them. So hopefully that will help to just bring the background a bit more accessible and start to engage people as much as we can. Obviously we know that for many people the focus is on the game side of it, but at the same time I hope that people will feel like it's part of a world rather than just the four corners of a gaming table.
Okay, thank you, Edward. Now, perhaps the things that people are mostly interested in during such a tournament. Eric, the future of the Ninth Age. Let's talk about balance and specifically the next balance patch.
Thank you. Every year we do this balance patch, the annual balance patch. And we've done this more or less the same for the last 3 to 4 years maybe, where we construct a period, we analyze army lists to find out which entries are used more or which entries are used less, and then we update points based on pair spending in army and on the usage data in army lists and the tournament army lists. In addition, often we also talk to the community, try to find what are the key elements that people want us to give extra attention to. Pretty common for us to have this restriction on the input from the community. We're limited to things affecting the army construction, so points, duplication limits, category, percentages, things like that. The intent is that the way inventory works on the table, that's supposed to stay the same. So you don't have to read out all the rules here. And this is the concept that we're calling rules freeze. But this year we're going to try something a bit different. We're breaking the rules freeze. We're trying to give some redesigns or some changes that will actually affect how inventory works on the battlefield in the game.
This one is fine.
So this is sort of the special case is balance patch.
This one seems incorrect.
So we will have this community part where we ask the community what are the problems that you see in the different battlefields today. Potentially also in the Arcane Compendium. Rulebook will not be touched, that's frozen. And then we will analyze, see if we can do something with the redesigns, maybe we can do some updates to that. In addition, we'll also see how army books have been, the complexity of army books have grown very steadily for the last 3 or 4 years. Like reader labs, each targeted on complex rules, on things that waste a lot of time. So
the points
hopefully
are
we can
wrong,
make
the result
game
is right.
a bit simpler,
It
easier
was
to
the
learn,
scenario,
faster
and
to play.
You got the scenario.
2000 something, yeah.
So I do
Yeah, so that's sort of the big
2325. Maybe
change.
that works. Maybe
Of
that
course,
was a
this will
mistake.
be quite time consuming, so
And that makes
because
it.
of that,
Oh wait.
there won't be as much
73.
price changes.
So it's just 1,000 points left.
Yeah.
Fine.
Partially
Yeah.
because
Good.
you have the
Minutes.
just the workload of it, but also if you do a lot of redesigns, it's not it's easier to predict how the redesigns will affect things and what will happen with them if the rest of the game is more or less stable. So a bit fewer price changes, which is
So you won 90.
doesn't mean that there won't be
Correct.
any price changes. There will still be price changes.
Can you check all the
Where
minutes?
weak things will be made cheaper,
7:30.
strong things will be made maybe more
190.
expensive. That's not,
10.
but just fewer of them.
1010.
So that's the plan for this balance match.
17-3.
Yeah, but I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Pretty good. And then
Thank you very much. Usually we are going to have a management dinner. I expect
Otherwise I have no idea.
to punish Mr. Robo actually that is not actively participating in this talk. Now, I don't know if anyone of you have a particular question, anything you want to know or try to ask to the rest of the management. Don't be shy.
I think one thing that would help would
Present yourself, please.
Hi. So I met two of you earlier today. Currency up on the forum. My name's Mark from T9A. I guess it's more for Scottish night. So I feel that a lot of people who I talk to, they feel as if they're missing some of the background and things like that. How can we put more out there? Okay, because I know that there's tons of background that that has been developed and is there, but to try to draw them back in. That's my question.
when will it be? Can it be released?
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I obviously it's something I'm aware of, and as I said, it's something that I hope that putting entries into the Slim Books will help with. We are currently going through a process of basically taking a lot of the main questions that every faction has, so trying to answer questions for each and every faction. What's the most burning thing that you want to know about your faction in the Night Page? So, be it, you know, what's the politics of the Empire of Sonstal, or you know, how do Saurian ancients keep themselves hidden? Whatever the question is, we're looking to provide direct answers. Part of the issue is just down to the time it takes to develop these things. We have to focus on the books that are currently being written. But the other side of things will be to release the Slim Books with fluff entries, background entries that relate to each and every unit, give a bit more background about their position in the culture, and sort of trying to build up. It will always be a bit of a patchwork for us. We don't have the opportunity to sort of write one vast compendium and release it all at once, because it would take us years, unfortunately, just to have the manpower. But I'm hoping that by pushing towards specific things that we can address and that we can release, and that will be released in the course of the next 6 months, and hopefully continually further on from then, that we'll continue to build on what's already out there and just build it up. Part of the issue always comes down to volunteers, and the more volunteers we have who are able and willing to pick up these things, then hopefully the more we'll continue to provide content. But yeah, we will keep working on it, and we do hear the comments that people have. So I'm hoping
Can I give you that
more,
just in
and
case
maybe we
they
can
ask
talk
a
about
question
it
tomorrow?
on the forums, and we have to talk through it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Mark, for the question. Any other question? Please present yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm from Spain. I was lucky enough I was allowed to participate at the development of that KOA book. I'm Army Community Support for KOA, and also play tester. And one question that comes a lot around in the Spanish community comes to Spain is there any plan to increase the speed at the rate at which we get new Army books? And at the moment I feel it's like 2 per year, barely. Thanks.
Thank you.
So our intention when we were reorganizing the production of the Army books was to be able to start new Army books once every 3 months. Unfortunately, we have limits in manpower because a lot of people are not aware how long it takes to communicate and coordinate on the internet, especially on the forums. When you leave a message, you can expect to wait 1, 2, maybe 3 days before everyone that needs to replies, and then the discussion needs to continue after the next message, and something that will probably be done in a single half-an-hour meeting in office takes 2, maybe 3 weeks on the forums. We do have an intention to increase the speed, but we have limitations then again in translating what we produce for game materials into publishable materials. We have limitations in the number of people that work in the layout, in the amount of art that's being provided by our team or affiliated individuals, and participate in those specific activities. We currently have, I think, more than enough, Eric can confirm or deny that, people designing exact mechanics of the game. But we lack people to do what is basically unseen work. Someone who needs to adjust the composition of a page in a newly produced document, someone who helps with translation, or someone who searches and recruits artists who are then willing to work for us pro bono. A lot of artists, especially in today's market, are continuously approached by individuals that want them to work for free for something like personal gratification. And unfortunately, we are still not large enough as an IP to attract people from all ways of life that want to invest their own time in
things around that about what can we do to speed up, which processes can we maybe make more effective, how can we do it. This is 100% an ongoing active discussion within the management. There are a lot of things we can do and that we are planning to do. It takes time to make decisions, to implement them, to make everyone aligned and working in these new processes.
You want to add something? Okay. So, question.
Yeah, I'm Yevgen Zapolsky, Little Cow from Playing Orcs. I want to thank you very much, guys, for really what you're doing. So I really appreciate it. And my question would be, what criteria do you use when you're selecting books to redesign? Thanks.
So we spend quite a bit of time when we choose the next book in the queue, basically, to be redeveloped. We look at a few different factors. We ask all of the series, the teams that will be involved, background team, rules team, design teams, community teams. We sort of get a feel from each of the teams that are contributing to the process, which of the books feel most in need of the next redesign. That might be because they feel, because they struggle on the table. It might be because their options are limited. It might be because their sort of background presentation feels stale. We sort of do a bit of everything. There's a strong focus to looking at what their ability is on the table, but it's not the sole thing. We have at times also looked at things like which ones have to be made IP safe, to make them distinct and make sure they're not too close to other people's property, but we've sort of gone largely beyond that point. So now it's about picking the books that feel like they need support mechanically, but also the ones that can help us develop Ninth Age as a whole. And so when we are selecting the next book, that'll be the same process that we'll use. We'll look at what each of the teams says, what each of the teams puts forward, and we'll make a decision based on that process. So when it comes to Army community support, we hope that people from the community will contribute to that by contacting their community support, giving reasons and rationale why their book is in need of being the next redesign, and that will make its way to us so that we can be informed by the community, because it is an important decision, obviously. Thanks.
Thank you, Edward. So if there is no more questions, I would like to thank you for participating in this talk. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Mom, for that just hosted us.
All hail the tech guy.
I would just like to add, should there be interest from the public to further engage with the management of the Ninth Age, we are open to organize such events online periodically, where we could engage directly with people interested in what we are doing, what we can offer them, and what people are willing to offer to us. So if you want to see more interaction with us, please let us know either via forum or some other way to forward messages to us.
Yes, I also want to add, please disseminate this video that is now live streaming, but you will find the recording on YouTube, is correct?
You want what? So code is in Discord, you find it currently at Twitch T9A.
Okay.
The code is on Discord, the US Discord, and on the ETC Discord. It's also spread around the board. It can be found currently on Twitch, T9A at Bavaria. It will move to the YouTube channel too. And I think people will soon get written information about everything which happened. And now I give back and thank you for the advertisement.
Thank you, Florian. And yes, please help us disseminating this kind of material on the social media. This is extremely important because that's the main channel through which we can contact new people and make our community grow stronger. So please always disseminate this kind of material. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow again here at the ATC Pesaro.
Thank you.
Please also like every channel who makes things. The other channels too. Everything you share from every channel is good. Makes it better. If everybody of us likes every T9A video going up, they will be shown to everybody. And now I say bye to the Twitch community.